I came to Canada 6 years ago and things have changed quite drastically over the past couple of years, making people to leave this country.
We're leaving Canada. We're done.
I'm deciding to move back to India.
What is the biggest thing you regret in life?
I regret in life? I regret coming to Canada.
The study said in an average of 0.9% of immigrants end up leaving Canada, but that number has risen to 1.18% in 2019. In other words, 60,000 people have left the country.
But why is this happening to a country that came second best place to live in the world and 13th happiest place to be in?
Psych! That's the wrong number!
So here are top 5 reasons why more than 350,000 people have left Canada just in 2023. And third one actually stressed me out too. So let's talk about it. Number 1 on the list is high cost of living. Just in 2023, according to Stats Canada, Canada has seen one of the highest increase in the rent prices in the last 30 years, making Toronto, Etobicoke, Mississauga, Vancouver as one of the most expensive places to live in.
I got some terrible news today. The average mortgage payment in Canada has now risen to $3,500.
Second on the list is high tax rate.
What the fuck is the point of taxes? Like, for real, why are you taking half my paycheck? That's such a scam.
According to Wealth Management, Canada ranked as 25th among 175 other countries as the highest tax rates. For example, in Canada we pay 2 kinds of taxes, federal tax and provincial tax. And on the screen right now you can see all the different kind of brackets depending on how much money you are making. So if you are making $60,000 in British Columbia, you will end up paying $12,780 just in taxes, which is absolutely insane. Third one on the list is the drug crisis and the overdose cases. Just in 2 years, Ontario has seen a double the number of people dying from the overdose from the drug cases.
What's it like living here?
Lawless. Completely lawless.
Due to the similar reason, it has directly increased the crimes and theft cases in Ontario, which actually stressed me out too. And if you think you don't see stuff like that, let me give you a very interesting example. I'm living in the capital of this country, Ottawa, and we had the worst McDonald's in the whole world that had the highest number of police cases. And can you guess how far this place was from Parliament of Canada? Just a 5 minutes walking distance. They are not able to save a place that is so close from the Parliament of Canada, then how are they going to save the whole country? Just saying. Number 4 on the list is housing affordability. People are living far away from the place they're working, which is making them to travel 2 to 3 hours every single day.
Student flies twice a week from Calgary to Vancouver, saving big bucks on rent.
I need to pay like $2,500 for the rent. I don't feel that is viable.
He pays roughly $150 per round-trip flight twice a week, about $1,200 per month total. That's half the average rent for a 1-bedroom in the city.
I thought, why don't I just stay at Calgary and then just fly here, 1 hour flight. That's
In fact, people in Toronto have started living in motels because they are much cheaper option compared to living in a 1-bedroom apartment. They are paying close to $2,100 if they're living in a hotel compared to paying $2,400 to $2,500 if they have to rent an apartment, which is absolutely insane. Like, living in a hotel is cheaper than living in an apartment. Wow.
There is no credit checks. There is no nothing. You come in, you pay today, you pay a $500 deposit. You've got gym membership included. You've got indoor, outdoor pool included. You've got Wi-Fi included. Your cable's included. Your parking is included. You can have room service. You get housekeeping once per week.
The last one on the list is the health care. Yes, it is free, but at the same time, it should be accessible as well. If you're visiting emergency room, you have to wait anywhere between 8 to 12 hours just to see a doctor. Doesn't matter if you're bleeding. This has happened with one of my friends, and we were in the ER for the 12 hours just to wait for someone to come and help him get some stitches. Another example is, according to recent news, you have to wait for 6 months just to get a family doctor. So you cannot get sick in Canada. And hearing all these reasons, if you're also thinking of moving out of this country, then I want you to take a step back and think for a minute. Isn't this happening all around the world after COVID? United States has gun crimes. San Francisco is turning into a zombie land. Homelessness is skyrocketed. Crime rate is increasing there as well. If you want to get green card, there's a wait of 12 to 15 years or even more. So there is no stability if you're going to stay in that country. Talking about UAE, everybody wants to move to Dubai, but the cost of living is also very high there. It is a tax-free country as of right now, but there are talks that they will be bringing the income tax rate there as well. So things will gonna change there too. And lastly on the list, India. It is certainly a rising economy. Next 5 years, the economy is gonna boom. Stock market is off the roof. But on the flip side, people are struggling to still land a job in an entry level, even after having MBA or PhD degree. Just for a single job opportunity, more than 25,000 to 50,000 people are showing up on the door. And for the people who are in corporate life, their working days are miserable because they are putting in 12 to 15 hours every single day. The work-life balance that we can find in Canada, it's not even close, or it's not even in discussion back in India. So rather than thinking that the grass is always greener on the other side, I personally feel, seeing my mom in the garden every single day, that the grass is always greener wherever you water the most. So rather than thinking which is the next best country to move to, why don't we focus on ourselves and work on some of the skills, some of the strategies that can help us grow? If you're finding challenging with managing your money and the expenses, why don't you get some side hustle that can make you $700 to $800 every single week working from home? I do that, and if you want to learn that, I have made a step-by-step video where you can start doing that from today. If you think that there is recession coming in Canada, well, guess what? People are still getting interviews. People are still landing job offers. Just last month, we helped close to 20 people land job offers in less than 30 days. So it's not about recession, it's about your job applying strategies, your resume, your networking strategies, and how you are reaching out to employer. Rather than focusing on things that are not in our control, let's work on things that can be improved over time and can help you make your better life wherever you are. Doesn't matter if you're in Canada, US, UAE, or in India. It all comes down to what you are doing with you. So let me know in the comments how you feel by listening to all these reasons of people living in Canada and how your experience been here. And if you have stayed till here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next week.